Hello, I'm here today with Sir Michael Wilshaw. Good morning, Sir Michael.
Good morning.
What is the purpose of your visit here today, and how does it differ from those normal Ofsted inspections we get?
Well, I'm visiting Midkent College at the invitation of your principal, Mr. Griggs. I've met Mr. Griggs before when he was Director of Education in Tower Hamlets. So I'm very pleased to be here as a friend and colleague. I'm interested in Midkent, but I'm also interested in how further education in general is doing across the country. We've been quite critical at Ofsted about standards of teaching in FE provision, and particularly the college sector. And I'm interested to see what the quality of teaching is like here and what the big issues are at Midkent College.
In an ideal world, what differences would you like to see between the way schools and colleges deliver post-compulsory programs?
Well, the issues are the same for schools as for colleges. Good schools are about good leadership, with a clear focus on what's important, particularly the quality of teaching in the classroom and in the workshop, good assessment of students, ensuring there's good progression levels to the next stage of education or employment. And it's really important that students here see that there's an outcome for what they do here, that they've got a good or better chance of getting a job at the end of their training here.
On the subject of schools and colleges, you told the Common Select Committee that you felt further education colleges did not face the same consequences as schools if they fail. What constitutes failure for an FE college, and what consequences would you like to see?
Well, there are a variety of reasons why institutions fail. Often because the leadership isn't good enough. It lacks focus. It's not focusing on the important issues. Institutions fail because the teaching is not good enough. Therefore, the progress of students and the outcomes of students isn't good. And all those things intertwine. They impinge upon each other. What's really important, because youngsters have just one go at it, one chance in schools or in colleges, is that people know that mediocrity and low standards won't be tolerated. My comments to the Select Committee were intending to send an important message to this sector, that whereas in the school sector it's very clear what happens when schools fail. Usually the head teacher loses their job and the governing board is replaced. There isn't that same sense of consequence in this sector, and I've urged the Secretary of State for Business to think about what the consequences should be for failure in this area.
The latest round of Ofsted inspections has seen a number of colleges drop a few grades. This might mean that when a student joins a college it's graded as good, but then when they leave it's not as good as it initially was. How can you reassure students that this won't affect their career aspirations?
Well, the designation or description requires improvement really signifies that a school or a college has a limited time in which to improve. In the school sector it's 4 years, in the college sector it's 2 years. And we hope that injects a sense of urgency into the institution, and it focuses the principal's mind and the governor's mind on what needs to be done. Because every hour, every day that a student experiences poor provision or mediocre provision affects their life chances in the future.
In your statements on education as a whole, you've spoken about the importance of adding value. What advice would you give to media lecturers about how to make their students more employable?
Provide them with the skills necessary for a job. So ensuring that they're teaching them those things that they know will get them a job. Basic skills are always going to be important, whatever course you do. An understanding of English, being able to read and write well, basic skills in terms of number as well, mathematics is also important. Communicating generally is important, verbally as well as on paper. So those things are important, but ensuring that you're giving the students the right skills to get a job.
Thank you very much for joining us today, Sir Michael. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much.